They are dropping like flies in Westeros, and there is plenty to be talking about on this week's episode of House of the Dragon. Welcome into the podcast. Welcome one and all to the With Mates podcast. What's happening, troops, and welcome back to the With Mates podcast. My name is Andrew Grayson, your host as ever, and we're back, as I said, in the wonderful world of Westeros, in the wonderful world of Game of Thrones, in the wonderful world of House of the Dragon, and that means one thing and one thing only. I am joined by my main man, Gregor Firth. What's happening, mate?
Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Good night. Got them all. Hit them all.
That's it. Yeah, I'm good, brother. I'm good. What an episode to start the week on.
Big
Christ
time.
almighty. It's what we've needed for quite a long time, I think. So
yeah, again, I don't think there's been any like kind of episodes that I would say are bad by any means, but there's certainly like little lull episodes, and I feel as if we're getting back into the much more consequential actions and dealings and consequences and all that kind of stuff for things that are happening. So how the podcast works, if you are new to the podcast and you've just found us, hello, welcome in, one and all. This is the With Mates podcast. We review movies and TV and film and games and all sorts of stuff. This podcast is obviously about House of the Dragon. So what we will do is myself and Gregor will give you our top thoughts, no spoilers of what we thought of this week's episode. Then we will give you a spoiler warning and get into the nitty-gritty details. But do us a wee favour, hit that subscribe button. We're nearly at 150 subscribers. It'd be pretty awesome to get there by the end of, it's bold to say by the end of August, or by the end of July. But, you know, we've got some fun stuff. Our Odyssey review is up. Yeah. Have you seen the Odyssey yet, Gregor?
I saw it last weekend. The weekend before last.
Give me a quick 30-second summary of your feelings.
I didn't like it. I didn't like
Doesn't
it.
Need 30 seconds. Doesn't need 30 seconds. It needs 2.
I give it in 2. No, I thought it was too drawn out. I didn't appreciate the acting. I thought the accent choices were off. Some of it was amazing. Spectacle, cinematography, amazing. Great. But the last 45 minutes, brilliant.
Yeah.
Could have done a 45-minute film and just gone brilliant. Slam it all into that and we'll go from there. Didn't I won't be watching it again. Sorry.
Well, that is Gregor's thoughts on the Odyssey. If you want to know the rest of the team's thoughts on the Odyssey, make sure to check out our spoiler review for the Odyssey. We will also be doing a Nolan ranked movie. A Nolan ranked podcast where we will be ranking all of the Nolan movies in order of our favourite to our least favourite. Spider-Man is coming out in 2 days, mate. 2 fucking days.
2 days.
Do you know how excited I am? I bought ugly rubber shoes because of it. I bought Crocs. I am fucking buzzing for this Spider-Man movie. We will be covering that and all that good stuff. But we are here to talk about House of the Dragon. We're here to talk about Season 3, Episode 6, The Faceless Men. Gregor, give me your thoughts. What did you think of this week's episode?
It was a wee return to flavour for me. Flavour Town was hit up and I was a bit more intrigued and satisfied than I have been the last couple of weeks. Yes, as we said, or you said earlier, it was a bit of politics needed to be done. Mm-hmm. There was a bit of chit-chat. There was a bit of this is going on and that's going on. But I was going, where's the Game of Thrones? Where's the... You know, I need the juice. You gotta give me the juice, man. Yep. I need the juice. And I felt like they ticked boxes this week with it. I mean, they have to. There's only 2 weeks left.
True.
But, a lot of good stuff happened. I'm saying nothing more other than that. What did you think, buddy?
I really enjoyed it. The pacing of the episode, I'll say, was a bit weird because I feel as if it starts with a punch and then it kind of goes along, but there are lots of interesting things and lots of nice wee threads that we get to follow and things like that. But yeah, it's a very good episode. I was shocked at the big event at the beginning. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. But yeah, where we kind of end, and again the ending, very impactful, but again I would say rather ambiguous, like, you know my rule, and I'm sticking by it.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, which again we'll get into more when we can talk spoilers and stuff. But yeah, it's nice to see. I feel as if we got a nice kind of like balance of different characters, lots of Rhaenyra, We got lots of fun stuff with Damon. And it just feels as if everything's going wrong. It just feels as if and again, we've kind of had this sense for the how Rhaenyra's felt and how she's been kind of what she expected as to be queen hasn't really kind of.
No, it's not. It's not ticked any of the boxes.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems as if it's just shite after shit. Like again, every time we've watched stuff, other than maybe Daenerys, anytime we've seen a king or a new king or something like that, there tends to be like, oh, cool, he's got to enjoy this part of being the king, and she's getting to do this part of being the queen or whatever. Whereas Rhaenyra's had nothing. It has been all bad, all content. But again, there's lots of stuff that I want to kind of get your thoughts on.
Surely.
Just because I'm just like, I don't know, like, because it's funny, like, when we do this, you've not read the books, have you?
I have not read the books, no.
So this is the thing, is like, Craig subbed in for one of our podcast episodes and he knows how this ends and he's read the books and stuff like that. So for me, it's like very interesting because there are things that have changed, but there are things that are very much similar and stuff like that. So he knows stuff, whereas like when me and you talk about it, we're just completely guessing, which is fun.
We're just like, fanboying it out.
But yeah, very good episode. I don't think it's the strongest episodes that there've been. I think the earlier episodes of season 3 were much stronger, but I think this is kind of us getting back to form and getting back to where we want to be with House of the Dragon. But now's your spoiler warning. Now's the time to pause the podcast, head on over to HBO Max, wherever you watch the show, and then come on back and hear what myself and Gregor have got to say now. There's only one place we can start, and that is the beginning of the episode, and that is because I watched this after Gregor, and he texts me, he's like, have you started it yet? I said, yeah, I've just started it. And within 5 minutes, I text him, you must be a happy boy, because Crispy Cole is no more.
Is no more. I told you it was coming, man. I hate to say it.
You did.
Hate to say
you called it.
So
no, you did.
It was coming. I could smell it in the air. It was rife, and I knew it was coming. How it came, I did not expect.
So this is my question to you. Were you
go on?
Did you feel satisfied with his ending?
Negative.
You didn't?
No.
Oh no.
No. It's a cut of two cloths because I really wanted to see him go up against the two boys.
Yeah.
And have a proper battle out, and then I wanted to see him get gutted.
Yeah.
And maybe get his head cut off. A proper, disembowel and head come
get
off.
His head cut off.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Make it as brutal and as horrible as possible. But then, in the same breath, the best swordsman or warrior in Westeros has been shot from 500 yards away by, and this is disclaimer, by the way, it's a fantasy world, so I'm not saying this to sound bad, but he's shot by a woman with a bow and arrow from 500 yards away, who pings him twice and then pops one through his face.
Mate, can I just say as well, right? See this, right? See, I genuinely think this is one of the most brutal series in terms of what we're getting and stuff. Like I know we've had like heads chopped off and we've had other things within, especially the original Game of Thrones and stuff. Yeah. But even the stuff before Cole met his demise, mate, I don't. Is it a flail? The ball, the ball on a chain. Is that right?
Oh,
is that the name of it?
I was gonna call it a.
Is it flail?
We'll call it a flail.
It is fucking. Give me a standard grade in history because I've absolutely fucking nailed it. No idea, mate. That literally just came into my head. A flail is an agricultural tool, a medieval weapon, or a sudden wild movement. Well, yeah, we're not talking about the sudden wild. He didn't have one of those sudden wild. If he had one of those, he might have survived. But yeah, we're talking about it's like a mace head, but it's on a big chain and handle, and he can play
spiky ball at the end,
mate.
Yeah.
See some of the action scenes that he was getting, like just taking faces off, and it was brutal, man. It was really cool to watch and stuff like that. Now, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Is like, obviously, I want to see a cool sword fight. Obviously, I want to see them like get in like a battle or whatever. And again, like whatever your opinion of Cole is, like obviously you're not a bigger fan. I'm not a fan of him, but I don't hate him. But like to me,
yeah.
Even to his end, like there's a point where he's like, his right hand man kind of turns and says to him, he's like, oh, who is that, or who is this, or what is this? And he's like, our end. He has this idea, and there is this kind of, with these warriors and with these guys that have trained for their life, they want to die in battle, because it's the same thing as Cole shouts over to, I'm going to try and get his name up, but Cole shouts over to the guys about, if I give you my banner, will you leave my men alone? And they're like, nah, we're coming. We need bones.
We don't have enough bones.
Yeah,
we need
lovely
bones.
line from that young actor. But I'm looking for him. There he is. There, Tommy Flanagan, Sir Roderick Dustin. He shouts to Sir Roderick Dustin. He's like, if we battle, your men are going to die as well. Like, it's not going to be a clean. It's not going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. There's going to be men, and he kind of shouts, "Good. This is what we this is why we came to die in battle. What a better way to go." But Cole also kind of had those feelings where he's like, yeah, I'm the best swordsman and I want to die in battle and stuff. And as you say, for our enjoyment, or just because we don't like that character, you want to feel that kind of like him getting his arse kicked, and it would have been cool to see him fight those two people. And that's what he wanted ultimately. Yeah. So for him to die in that way, I don't think. I think that's a kick in the balls for him. I think he would have wanted to go out in a blaze of glory, taking on as many men as he could. Because again, he took on like 5-6 guys at the one time when he was with that flail. But I thought it was a very impactful way to start the episode.
In modern day terms, that was a sniper shot from about a mile away.
Yep.
Just gone. He's launched into some big patriotic speech, and he's like, "My men and I will die for the Queen." And somebody just goes bang, pop.
Forgive my ignorance. Was the character that killed him, is she anybody of significance in this, or is she just like a random warrior?
I don't know who the painted eye lady is.
Yeah, because
she looked like a Viking warrior or something like that. But I don't think we've seen her before.
I don't think so either. I was just wondering if just because they did give her a really cool kind of shot where it like zoomed in on it, and I was like, oh, is that anybody? I don't know if I'm just an idiot. Put it in the comments below if we have kind of maybe forgotten or missed it. Let us know if we are.
But listen, the romanticism was there because he died for Alison.
Yeah,
which I think is what he was going to try and do from the get-go. That's why he was there. He still believed that she was the one, and etc. And then he does his quaint little the handkerchief around my sword, and then he basically looks up, says two things, and then gets an arrow in the gut and an arrow in the chest.
But that's the second time. Again, it's the second time we've had that kind of death where it is like unexpected, just the character just standing there, and then it's just thoof, thoof, and it's just like Jace got it as well. But that one, I think an arrow to the face is one of the most brutal. Now, again, I was talking about the flail taking faces off. When you just see, because it looks so innocuous, it's almost just like this tiny wee hole in the face, but it's like everything behind that has exploded.
The damage behind is gone.
Yeah. But utter brutal way to start the episode. Are you happy that we get no more Cole?
I am glad, gleeful, I would say.
I am glad.
I'm glad and gleeful. What I would say though, I did, and they've done it a couple of times in this season, where they either show you just the start or just the end of a battle.
Yeah.
You don't get the whole thing. I really wanted to see that whole thing, even though Crispy Cole was already gone.
Yeah.
I wanted to see people get
to be fair, I don't think that would have been a long battle, just looking at the numbers on who was on each side and stuff like that.
They surrounded in that one cinematic long shot where they all came in from all sides. But I still want people getting their guts cut out.
He's bloodthirsty.
I like my heads getting cut off. It's one of those things. Anyway, it was a good demise for a character that I think has been pretty pointless this season.
I couldn't disagree more, mate. I'm gonna miss him.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna miss. I think he's a very. I think he's an interesting character. I think I like to think of him as almost a thorn in the side. I don't think he's like obviously the main concern and the main villain, but when you're watching everything that's going on, I think Aegon is your main, not Aegon, sorry, Aemond. I think Aemond is your main worry for What's her name?
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, thank you. I nearly said Daenerys. Just fucking game it. There's not a fucking...
Just say Daenerys.
There's not a week goes by on this fucking podcast where I don't nail everybody's name. Yeah, I think Aemond is the big concern for Rhaenyra. I think her worry is where is he, where is Vhagar, and we see that as the linear kind of worry for her. But while that's all going on, you've got all these little things. So like the Kingsguard or the Queensguard are obviously getting killed, and we've seen what happened in this episode, that they abandon it and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you've got stuff, as I say, with Cole just like killing people and just being a pain, being a nuisance. It's just one more thing added on. But I liked Cole in the sense of, this is why I was so shocked at how he went, because there hasn't been any kind of like fallout or any kind of reconciliation or any kind of interaction between him and Daemon, him and Rhaenyra, him and Alicent. There's been nothing. He's been away, and that's it. And he's gone and stuff. And again, as much as it was a satisfying kind of death and stuff, I was like, I kind of wanted more.
In a perfect world, and after watching it this morning, I thought through it and I went, what other action could have been done with him in this show?
Yeah.
To give him a better send-off. Him disbanding from the quest that he was on, which was always doomed to fail.
Yeah.
You know, getting out of that, actually going back to King's Landing, finding out what had happened.
Yep.
Rhaenyra's now on the throne. Sneaking in darkness, under cloak, and stealing away Alicent and her daughter, stealing them away, and those three get to go away somewhere.
Yeah,
would have been great, but I still would have been unsatisfied and gone, that boy needs to lose his head at some point. You know what I mean? So
no, totally.
There could have been nice ways to go, and there could have been bad ways to go. He went a bad way,
but
unfortunately. But
the other thing that not concerns me about it, that I'm interested about it, is obviously that we said about let me see, Daeron having the brown hair, so there is this thought that is Cole Daeron's father and stuff like that. So I thought there might have been some sort of interaction. We might still get that, you don't know. But yeah, it's very impactful beginning of the episode that got me kind of like, I was just
massive.
Like, that first arrow went in, I went, oh, and then just I was like, oh no, and then when that went in his face, I was just like, what
it's
fuck,
the ceiling,
Mark?
it's the ceiling shot.
Yeah,
it just goes.
It's so good.
I kind of wish it had gone through his forehead instead of his cheek. You know what I mean?
Big Greg, I'm never satisfied in Cole's death, man. I love it. I'll just put it to you then, mate, because obviously I know that was obviously the highlight for you. It was always going to be. As soon as I seen it, that was my first thought, was the message you going, well, you're a happy boy then. What else was your favourite thing? What stood out to you in this week's episode?
There was loads of stuff going on. I mean, obviously we had Daemon's search for Gold Cloak conspiracy.
Killers.
That's going on. He has found, and also I don't know if I told you this, but do you remember? I think it was like episode 4.
Yeah. When
Rhaenyra and Daemon came to King's Landing.
Right.
And they flew in, and oh my god, Alicent and daughter go up onto the castle wall, and they tell the soldiers not to fire on the dragons.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want any animals harmed. I want to maybe raise chickens. Ha 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 ha. And it was like, right, fine, cool. But she says that to one guard captain, and guess who the guard captain is? He's the guy in the street in this episode who Daemon then takes into the alleyway and has a fight with, and then ends up knifing in the ear. It's the same guy.
Look at you with your fucking Easter eggs, mate. I love it.
Yeah. So it's the gold, not the gold cloaks. Well, maybe the kind of captain of the guard or the
high tower kind of side. Yeah.
Yeah. They're still in the city, and they're the ones that are kicking up the massive fuss. So yeah, I mean, we got to see that. That was great. He went out, which is fine. And there was other stuff. I mean, there's a lot. It's almost like one of those episodes we kind of have to talk through bit by bit.
Let's do it.
We find the two girls sitting still in the bottom of a trapped corridor.
Yeah, they get found by the guards and stuff.
They're just sitting
Let's-
there going, sorry.
Let's do Alicent then. Let's do it because she kind of goes through
Okay.
a lot. I feel as if
She does.
she's obviously suffering. So the highlights for me for Alicent, obviously they get found in the caves or the basement or wherever you want to call it. They get brought back up, and there's a wonderful scene between her and Rhaenyra where she's asking to leave, and she's like, "No, you've just just went behind my back," and she's like, "Yeah, but she can't be locked up," and she goes, "She wasn't Helena wasn't locked up. We gave her the freedom of what to do, but because you've done this, I now have to." Like, you just see this begrudging, like, feeling from Rhaenyra going, "You're forcing my fucking hand here. I want to be friends with you. I want us to work together. I want to be what we were when we were younger. But I have to uphold the idea of being a strong queen, and you're making that fucking harder for me." And there's lovely.
And also, I'm giving you loads of shit. I'm giving you access to the place outside.
Yeah, the forest thing.
Chambers. You know, blah blah blah. So yeah.
But the other thing that's interesting me with Alicent is the Lady of Whispers, like the White Worm Mysaria. She now seems to be not playing Rhaenyra, but like kind of making sure her arse is covered if things do go wrong. Because there is that moment where she says, "Look, you can." I think this was in last week's episode. She's like, "You can play dumb, nobody'll know, but then you'll have a friend with the high towers if you ever need it," kind of thing. And there is that moment where after Rhaenyra and Alicent talk, and Alicent tells her that Helena's pregnant, and again, it's such a tense moment where she's like, "Would it not do you to?" And she's like, "Why can't you just fucking be at peace?" But she comes out, Rhaenyra comes out and talks to Mysaria and was like, "Did you have any knowledge of this?" And she's like, "Nah." And I'm just like,
negative.
"Oh,
yeah, you did.
Ooh,
yeah, you did.
That's not good for the old Rhaenyra." But then obviously later on as well, we see another conversation where she's talking to Helena, and it was such a sad thing, and it was really I don't know how to explain it. It was just kind of gutting for her to watch, where it was the sense when Helena was like, "Why am I still here? Was there no other suitors interested? Was there nobody else that wanted me, or did you want me to was it your desire that I marry my brother?" And she says, "No, it was my dad's, but I didn't kind of stop it, and I didn't kind of voice against it, and there was a part of her that was like, you'll be safer and you'll be better here with him because I'm here," and stuff like that. Oh no, it wasn't her father, was it the king?
It was Viserys, the
Viserys.
main king.
Yeah, so it was Viserys. Sorry, I'm saying it was Otto. So it was Viserys, and she's obviously kind of been like, "Yeah, but I didn't speak up," and it's such a tough relationship because you can see Alicent is very much like, Helena's her last hope. Her other boys, she thinks one's dead. She thinks the other one, she doesn't know where the other one is. Yeah. She sent Daeron away. Like, so at her point, it's like, just please let me take care of Helena, and her child will disappear. You won't know where, blah, blah, blah. And I believe her. I don't think it's like one of these things where she's just trying to kind of get away to double cross Rhaenyra. I genuinely think if she could go live in a little fucking cottage in the middle of nowhere, I think she would. And it's sad.
It's sad, but the way that Rhaenyra is now, in comparison to what she was before, she's a bit more cutthroat. She is the queen. She's having to abide by the rules. And I think knowing that there is a child out there that could be born who is basically in line for the throne, theoretically, she can't allow it. She just can't allow it. And it couldn't have fallen on one of the nicer characters in the show. Yeah. Because I think, sadly, we'll see a demise to
Helena.
Oh my God, what is Helena? I think she might go the way of the dodo as well. I think it's all becoming a lot from her, and you can actually see it as the actress's face.
I think that's
the way she's portraying it.
I think it's the same with most, though. I think it's the same. I don't think any character in this is safe. Like, the more and more I watch this, I'm just going, I think anybody could go at any one time. But again, so like you get that lovely conversation between her and Helena, and then you see later on in the episode, Alicent goes to Rhaenyra, and she's like, look, please, I've got information. I'll give you this information. Just please let me look after my daughter. Please let us go. Blah blah blah. And what's the information? It's like, right, we know where Aegon is. Aegon's in Harrenhal. She's like, no, we've scoured it. And then again, she gives information. Helena's a dreamer. She's seen it, and a lot of the times what she says comes true, and that kind of intrigues Rhaenyra. And then we get this cutthroat moment from Rhaenyra where she's like, cool, if I send swords, he'll hide. If I send one sword with someone he trusts,
we'll
you.
Find out. Yeah.
And again, you need to feel... I feel so bad for Alicent. I think Alicent's done a lot of stuff wrong that's caused a lot of this shit. But at the same time, I'm like, you were forced into this at the beginning. You're getting forced into this at this point, and it's just... Her character is going through so fucking much that she's now having to go and kill her son, essentially. And we'll get to him. He's got a very interesting kind of stuff that happened to him this week as well.
Weird story going on.
But like I just feel for Alicent. She's obviously cornered, and again she goes back to tell Helena, and she's like, "Don't leave me." And she's like, "I need to. I've got no other choice. This is it." And she's like, "Well, what if you refuse?" And it's like, "Can't." It's such a shitty situation. She's one that I'm like with the whole Cole thing. We were excited to see him die. I'm so invested in to see what happens with Alicent and Helena now, because not out of like excitement, just more like I can't see this going well in any way.
No, it can't go well because it's Game of Thrones. It's never going to end well. George doesn't like good endings, unfortunately.
To be fair, he's not a big fan of this series because of how much they're changing and stuff like that. So
well, that is true. I mean, it's differentiated from the books a lot.
Yeah,
but it's we've got to make it for TV. It's got to be for everyone.
Exactly.
But yes, I agree. I think I said it a few episodes ago. It would be really nice if Alicent just got to escape and leave. Go to a little cottage, do some sewing, and maybe set up a biscuit company or make fudge or something like that. Catch fish for a living, and that would be great. Really good, neat for her. But I spy it's not going to work that way. And also now, the intrepidation with Alicent going to Harrenhal with the witch, who is now obviously in cahoots with your boy, is going to be a weird interaction. That's going to be a weird thing, because I guarantee you the first interaction when she gets to Harrenhal will be with the witch before she sees her son. I guarantee that. And the witch will be like, "Oh, there's nobody here. What are you talking about? Oh, let me cast the spell. Oh." And then, I don't know, maybe the witch is going to die. Who knows? I don't know what's going on, man. It's all over the place. But yeah, poor Alicent, as you say, she's been a pawn, and she's been played from the very first season all the way through, having to marry well above her station.
Yeah. I've just seen something that I want to put to you.
Go on.
So obviously the Alicent and Helena, she's trying to get Helena to eat and she won't eat. And by the end of it, she kind of spoon feeds her like a soup or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's magic baby tea in that soup?
Oh, who said that?
So there's a Twitter thing at Johnny FIYNNN. I'm telling you right now, there is moon tea in that soup. Helena's going to go into premature labour or have a miscarriage because of it, and this betrayal of the one piece of agency that she begged is going to make her jump out of the window. So she thinks that's going to cause. Oh, so that's interesting. Okay. And the other thing I want to see, I've got another thing on here. At Nerd and Wild Loop, Cole in the books decisively beats Daemon on horseback, and on foot kills Joffrey Loudmouth in the tournament, and beats Harwin so badly that he earns the nickname Broken Bones. He's later named Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, and even at the end remains confident he can kill 3 men before they brought him down. When you truly hate a character, it usually means the actor did an incredible job. Fabian Franco, you absolutely nailed the character of Kristen Cole. You will be missed. So I would like, because we did kind of have joy in the fact that Cole's dead, I would like to say the actor, Fabian, done a phenomenal job. The fact that, especially, you, Gregor, you hated Cole so fucking much. That means that actor's done such a good job. So yeah, shout out to him.
He did well.
I think, to be honest, though, the acting in this series has been stellar. I don't think there's anybody in this that you can say is like a weak link or anything like that.
They're screaming from the rafters still about Emma Darcy winning an Emmy for that
scene.
Jace episode, for that one episode, which I think is well deserved. I think she should be up for something.
Yeah, I agree.
For that, it was amazing. But was there special super moon soup in that?
I think that's a shout. I think that's an absolute shout.
I don't know, but would she be as devious as? Well, is it devious? Yeah, it's devious. Would she be as devious as that to put that in a bowl of soup to feed to her so that she loses her child before she is then basically told to fuck off and leave and potentially never come back? That's the thing with Game of Thrones, and this is the thing that made me realize the other day. When people leave a certain place, there's never a guarantee they're coming back.
Yeah.
We see Sir Gawain arrive back at the High Towers this episode. I was like, oh, God's be praised. He's arrived home. This is a miracle. It never happened. Basically, anyone who fucks off always ends up dying on the road, and they never get home again. So the last time you see them is the last time you see them.
Yeah.
So, this could be the last time she gets to see her daughter.
Yeah.
Before either her daughter, I don't know, what did your boy say? She chucks herself out a door.
Says that she might throw herself out a window or something like that. I don't know, but to me, I think it's an interesting take, and it's something that I didn't consider while I was watching it and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be definitely kind of interesting to see going forward.
We only have 2 episodes left to find out, and I know a lot of people have got to go before we finish the season. So I'm not gonna rule that one out. That's still in the bag.
Yeah,
for me.
Right. So we've spoke about Alicent. We spoke about Helena. Rhaenyra's obviously. Well, in fact, let's do Rhaenyra, and then we can get to the other stuff that's happened throughout this episode. So obviously, Rhaenyra's main stuff has been with Alicent in this episode, but there was another moment within this where she's back, kind of taking requests or people, the people of the
I know what you're gonna say.
People of Westeros. And there is that moment where she cuts her hand on the throne. Now, why I think that's significant is that was the beginning of the end for Big Viserys. So do you believe that's
I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah, do you believe that's what's happening here?
Yeah, I do. I totally do. She nicked herself, and I said that to you, actually. If we went all the way back to season 1, or was it season 1?
Yeah, no, it was season 1.
No, it was season 1, yeah. And I said to you, mate, there's something about that chair is cursed.
Yeah.
He's nicked himself on the chair. It's really bad. And you were like, I don't know. We're not sure. I think the fact that whether or not it's her first nick on the chair, she's had a fucking prick on her finger, which she then very quickly tries to hide by folding her arms and sitting on the throne.
But this is even if it's just metaphorical, I don't think it necessarily means she'll get the same kind of like scabies disease that her dad got. But I think like when you watch season 1, it starts with a little cut and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it ends up taking half his face. But he does live a long time. But ultimately, that is the beginning of the end for Viserys. So even if it's metaphorical, I'm just like that's what I'm thinking it is anyway.
It's a festering metaphorical wound.
Yeah,
I think in this situation, and I think this could be the very start of her downfall, if we can say that, because I don't think she's enjoying enough being the queen, as we've already discussed, and having to do tasks like she had to do in this episode, sitting in front of people who are like, we don't have enough bread, we don't have enough sheep, blah blah blah, and she's like, I couldn't give a fuck, I've got more important stuff to deal with, and then she just walks out.
But that's what I was going to say.
The guard takes the baby out.
Yeah,
it's like, it's not that she said I don't want to hear the screaming, they just take it out.
Yeah, I think this episode was, for me, this was the point of not no return, but this is the point where you definitely see her kind of turn.
Has just gone.
Yeah. So you've got the moment where she's like, I've told you it's the Master of the Coin. If you've got a fucking issue with it, go talk to the Master of the Coin. That's it, right? Go fucking do that. She's obviously sending Alicent to kill her son. Like, there are so many moments in this that tell me that she's kind of... And there was that moment as well where Alicent said, I told you this was going to happen to you.
Yeah, totally.
And you can see her kind of taking that kind of heel turn to be this kind of no nonsense, no real remorse for the people and stuff. Like, because again, remember, was it episode 2 or episode 3? There was a moment where she was out and she's like, bread for everyone, have some vegetables,
grain, apples,
all that shit. And now it's like, I don't give a fuck. Go talk to him. I don't care anymore. So I think you're slowly starting to see her. And again, I always thought it was going to happen, because when you seen her kind of walk out, the whole rat thing for me was the metaphor where it's like, fucking rats in here, like you've got no chance. If there's anything else about Rhaenyra that we kind of touch on, we can talk about it. Would you rather talk about Daemon and the Kingsguard or Aemond and his little witch girlfriend?
Oh,
We're going to do both, but it's more what would you rather?
Harrenhal has grown a bit sour for me over this entire season. We've seen a lot of it, and I'm like, okay,
right, let me get me. Let's. There's not a lot to cover, but I've got one question for you about it.
Go
right,
on.
and this is just me thinking when I watched it.
Yeah.
So the witch, obviously, I'm saying the witch again. It's a fucking name game. I can't remember the name of these
Scottish
people.
actress,
Alice Rivers, Gail Rankin, the wonderful Scottish actor. Alice Rivers, the witch. Alice Rivers is speaking to Aemond, and she's like, don't know your history, you don't know what's going on in Harrenhal. You can't go out there. If maybe Vhagar's fucked off to keep you safe because they know where Vhagar is. You might be. All this stuff to reel him in and stuff. And she's come here, I'll show you this. I have a chest of 5 dragon eggs.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real. If it is real, fuck. I don't think it's real. My theory. So remember when we had in season 2 where Daemon would have all these like dreams and stuff, and nothing seemed real, and then you would wake up and he would be in the middle of a meeting and all this kind of stuff. I don't think the dragon eggs are real.
No.
What's your thoughts on that? Or am I completely off the...
I think it could be... I'm 50-50 on that. I think it could be complete deception because... Yeah, as we saw with Daemon when he went there, he went a bit kooky and he went a bit like Space Cadet and he wasn't sure what was going on, all because the witch was like, hey, yes, come to the Wayward Tree, touch it. Oh, you're under my spell, blah, blah, blah. She's done that with both of them and he's now under her spell. She's just randomly pulled out a box going, oh, by the way, I've got 5 dragon eggs. They were left here 100 years ago. Surprise! And it's like... Okay, why didn't you show those to me when you first arrived? What, you know what I mean? Why have you held on to those? I think she might be fucking about. On the other side, she might not be. Maybe they are just dusty old eggs that we know from Game of Thrones can be revitalized out of fire. So, you know, I don't know, but she's playing wispy, witchy games, and I don't. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there. Nobody knows. Nobody can trust Harrenhal at the moment. Full stop. You can't trust it.
So somebody else is. Oh wait a minute. I don't know if this is a spoiler. Let me see. Right. Okay, it's not a spoiler. So this is. I love doing this. I love reading up. So someone else has tweeted at we love sweet boy _. Is it just me, or does anyone feel like the chest of eggs Alice showed Aemond is fake? So that's obviously what we're getting at just now.
Yeah,
and then someone at Paloma _that girl. I don't think it's a crazy theory at all. In the books, Alice Rivers is one of the biggest question marks of the entire dance. Fire and Blood never fully explains who she really is. Some believe she's a witch with genuine powers, while others think she was simply a clever woman who knew how to manipulate people. Even the maesters can't agree on where the truth ends and the rumours begin. That's why the scene with Aemond feels suspicious. Alice has a history of knowing things she shouldn't, showing up at the perfect moments and influencing Aemond when he's at his most vulnerable. Whether the eggs were real or not, the bigger question is what Alice wanted Aemond to believe, because in the books, she was never just a random woman at Harrenhal. She was someone who's always seemed to have her own plans. So that is a wonderful way of putting it. Essentially, what I was kind of getting at is I'm going,
Exactly.
I think she's manipulating Aemond to get whatever it is that she wants. So whether that be the dragon, a place in King's Landing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, she kisses him and I get it, all that kind of stuff. And we've seen them, they kind of cuddled up in last week's episode. But I think there's more to those eggs. And I guarantee, Mooney, if you're watching this, Mooney, and you know this shit, don't be fucking teasing me in our chat, because he texts me stuff and he's like, he quizzes me, he'll go, what did you think of Daeron? And I was like, yeah, he was a cool little prince, he seems really nice and like he would be a good king and stuff like that. Yeah, anything about his appearance? I was like, yeah, he's got dark hair.
What do you mean appearance?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's got dark hair. What about his dark hair? And I went, well, initially I thought he dyed it, but now because of the way you're talking to me, I'm assuming he's Cole's child. And he's like, what a thought. And I was like, Mooney, fuck off, man. He's so funny that he's read it and he's just like teasing me along like some sort of idiot child that doesn't know how to read. But yeah, Mooney, if you know anything about this, don't tease me about the eggs. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm not the only. I'm glad I'm not the only person though that thought that. In terms of the eggs, but if they are real, like this is the fun side, is if they're not real, cool. We've got Alice Rivers manipulating Aemond, which will be interesting. But if they are real, fuck, we've got another 5 dragons.
5 new dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 5 new dragons, man. But he's still dragonless at the moment, and I don't know. Is it Vhagar?
Vhagar, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Vhagar's going to reappear. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
At some point. But,
we'll definitely get Vhagar again.
I don't know. The other thing I did want to move on to,
go on,
apart from Spooky Witch, was is it Sir Gwen Hightower?
Yeah.
Who left Kristen Cole?
Yeah.
And has now reappeared back at Hightower headquarters for the big scene with the new king and his puppet master.
Yeah, Daeron
and the Baratheon conspirators, shall we say, or the falsified boys. That was quite a scene. And that was a great scene for Sir Gawain, who has seemed a bit of a wet rag throughout most of this, like trying to trudge through the bogs and it's like, oh, this is bloody disgusting. I don't like it. But
I think it showed him off really, really well in that scene, especially.
It showed him great.
Yeah. I think the stuff with that
great.
was fun again, because it's like, I like stuff that kind of shows characters off differently. So obviously everything that we've seen of, I'm going to try and find his name again because I'm fucking terrible at this. So you've got Gawain,
Mr. Hightower,
Lord Ormond. That's who I'm thinking of. So Ormond Hightower, Lord Ormond Hightower, right? Played by the wonderful James Norton, who is absolutely fucking killing it. He's one of my favourite new characters in this. Everything that we've seen of Ormond is that he's so detailed and he's so succinct in everything that he's doing. He's very tactical and he knows what he's doing. He seems very assured and stuff. The fact that even the way that Daeron was talking to his uncle, and he's like, well, I can't believe you've left me. Like, why would you do that? Like, and he's like, I had no other choice. And you can see that he is very fearful. He's like, I've managed to kind of keep him, like, so there is that. To me, I'm going, Daeron's actually showing some wit where he's like, he knows what he's doing and trying to keep him keen.
Yeah.
In terms of, because he knows he's maybe a very dangerous and off the rails man and stuff like that. But to me, this was the first episode where you've seen a true weakness in Ormond. Even the bit where he's talking to his uncle, he's talking to Sir Gawain, and he's like, the houses will be queuing up to kneel before our Lord, and he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Who's done it so far then?
Yeah.
And you see him kind of like,
give me the list. Yeah.
And again, I think that leads to the fact of, because I'll need to rewatch it. You've watched it twice, so maybe you'll be able to tell me.
I've watched it twice.
Yeah, you'll maybe be able to tell me. The moment where the Baratheons come in, and the sound design, it's almost as if it's just you just hear this noise where it's. I'm assuming it's Ormond's mind. Does he clock the dirty boots?
No.
Right.
Yes, he does, but it's not for the reason you think he does.
Yeah.
So, I said to you a couple of episodes ago, he has a most distinct
smell.
Sense of smell. Hence the reason he's got the perfume bottle out.
Yeah.
And then there's an episode where he's mixing his own fucking stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And he's so repulsed by
Right,
dirt
right,
and
right, right, right,
stench
right.
and everything else that it's an ADHD for him.
Yeah.
He zones out of the situation and he's just looking at their boots.
That
going,
makes so much more
"Fuck
sense
me,
then.
There's shit on
Shit
their
everywhere.
shoes.
Yeah.
And
That makes so
fucking-
much more
that-
sense. So the
Yeah.
thing that intrigued me about that scene as well is obviously after, I don't know if it's that maybe it is more the smell rather than the worry. So like you see Sir Gawain comes in, makes the save. He's like, these are killers that have come in. They're coming here to kill you and Darren and blah 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 blah. Ormond's gonna have to. He's not. He's like, bitch. I'm gonna fucking
I'm gonna fucking
mate.
I'm gonna,
What
I'm
a
gonna
line!
do
I am
really
going
bad
to.
things.
He's like, I'm going to
Got her
slice her
from-
from crown to cunt. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
whoa.
I was like, that is aggressive.
Yeah.
But I still would pay to see that on Game of Thrones screen.
But this
Just
is the
saying.
thing. So he then says that and then vomits as brutally as I've ever seen it, like
Yeah.
disgustingly so. So to me then, is that because of, I'm assuming it's not because of the blood, because he's been part of battles, so then that's, maybe it's just the smell that's come through and that's caused it from what you're saying.
No, I'm gonna
you
say
going
it's
else?
different. I'm
Go on.
gonna say it's because I don't think that boy has ever seen a full day of war
Really?
or battle in his life. I do not think. Like, we see him turn up in, what was it, episode 2 or 3,
Yeah.
in front of Daemon, who's got the dragon behind him. He turns up with his whole army. He walks straight forward and he's like, well, I don't want to kill myself or my men, so I'll just give you my sword and I'll resign and that's it.
Yeah.
And he walks away. I don't think he's seen up front, close not battle, but slaughter like that before.
Yeah.
So he's repulsed by it. I think he's quite a sensitive person who
I
can
think-
talk a load of talk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's very interesting because to be having a character that seems so confident and like sure of himself and just like I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You see that with Daemon, but Daemon can back it up. Like you watch Daemon, and Daemon is one of the best swordsmen in Westeros and stuff like that. So for him to be that kind of sure, I'm going to put my prediction out there now.
Go on.
I think he will see his demise at the hands of the king who is not. I think you'll see.
Really?
I think he'll push Darren to a point
young
where he'll have to kill Ormond.
Yeah,
I could be
funnily
wrong,
enough, now with Gwen in the system back at home, even though he's now been allowed to return back to, where did he say he wanted to go back to? Old Town or wherever he wants to return to. I think he may stay on, and I think he may become the sort of quiet ear for the young king.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'll have the puppet master on one side and you'll have Gwen on one side. And I think Gwen will win out. And I think maybe, yeah, Mr. Hightower might end up, I don't know, sniffing a bottle of his own special sauce. Up his
Interesting.
arse.
Interesting.
Fucking God.
But yeah, I'm really starting to love the storyline between Ormond and Darren, and now you've got Sir Gawain in the mix as well. So I'm very interested to see where that goes next. And
it's a weird relationship, but it's a three-way now that's gonna. There's a lot of panning out to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do quickly on Darren, and then we'll talk about the ending. So Damon. Damon's obviously still trying to investigate. We've spoken about the fact that he finds the guy in the street. The guy in the street's like, look, you'll never make us bend the knee. He's all for the Hightower King and stuff like that, and he's having to deal with it. But the big thing that happened with Daemon is obviously the Kingsguard have now left. The guys...
Yeah, they bailed.
They've said, look, we've got no money. My family don't have anything.
Yeah.
And we're dying now. So why are we here? Like, what are we doing? And again, Daemon tries to do his best, like, speech
this time
to
round,
rally, and they're not buying it and stuff.
The speech isn't going to do it.
So
it's not going to buy it.
Where do you think he goes from here? Do you think he just goes on a one-man mission trying to find all these guys?
I think he will. I mean, he still has some gold cloaks who are kicking about. I think that was just a faction.
Of
them. But he's losing all his big players as far as the gold cloaks go, and the less he has, the less he can do.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. He's gonna have to. I mean, he can't slink about like, Snake from Metal Gear Solid and just take out the entire teams all by himself.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'd fucking
ridiculous.
try.
Yeah, he probably would. He looks ridiculous in that helmet and
Yeah.
a gold cloak.
Yeah.
I have to say. I mean, he stands out like a sore thumb. But he'll do his best to try and find it. I think he'll try and get right to the root, and then maybe he'll try and rebuild. Try and, I don't know, re-staff his gold cloak situation. But I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
But at least he's out and about doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main thing.
But that's the good thing about him is he'll never sit back on his laurels. He is a man of action, and he will kind of go out and try and find it. Again, he didn't really have much, but that's something that's going to be very impactful, kind of going forward and seeing how that kind of erupts into the whole. As I say, there's so many tiny little problems that are happening around Daemon and Rhaenyra in the queendom or kingdom, however you want to put it.
Yeah. And also, he managed to throw a cup at what's his chops, the master of coin, or the nurse.
He did,
whichever one it was.
Yeah.
He lobbed a cup at them and basically said, "Shut the fuck up."
There was also that moment as well where he threatened, what's his name, Ulf.
Ulf in the street.
Ulf just couldn't help himself.
Ulf wants to go to the pub and have a couple of ales, and he's like, "You've been told stay at the castle. If I find,
he's going to be a problem. He's going to fuck up something. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to make a decision that is like a conscious decision of attacking Rhaenyra or Daemon in any way. But I think he's going to do something like fall asleep at a post, or he's going to be the cause of something disastrous. I can guarantee.
So is Hugh the Hammer.
Yeah, he's another one.
The Hammer, which we see a bit more of in this episode, and his wife basically disowns him and goes.
I can't lie, his wife pissed me off.
Yeah,
it pissed me off, man. I'm just like, the guy's literally just become a fucking knight, and he's doing all this for you and to get money. And again, it might not be working out, but at the same time, and she's just like, "Well, I needed you here," and I was like, "Yeah, well, he was doing stuff." Yeah. Oh, fucking pissed me off, man. Pissed me off.
Yeah.
But tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that fucking wound me up, man.
No, I mean, I find it slightly ungrateful.
What's his name again, sir? What?
Hugh the Hammer.
Hugh the Hammer. So it is.
Yeah. He came back and he was like, "I'm a knight. I've got a dragon. I've got us a big house, loads of coin, blah blah." And she was like, "I don't care. I've got children here,
fucking
and blah blah blah."
Wound
and
me
I'd
up,
just
man.
be like, "Listen, I'm really sorry, but you need to just I'm not gonna say any more than that."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. Let's talk about the big. Let's talk about the big finish, the big ending. So obviously, there's a part before the ending. There is a part where Corlys talks to his son. And there's a lovely line where he kind of talks about, is it what's his name? Is it Adam, or is it
Adam?
Is it Adam? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Adam kind of comes to him and he's like, "Look, the Queen needs you." Blah blah blah. And he's essentially like, "Well, why are you still here for the Queen if she's not like made you officially a Valyrian or whatever?" And he's like, "Well, how fucking long did it take you to acknowledge it?" And I was just like, "Oh, nice. That's such a good comeback. It was such a language line, and it is the thing that kind of gives Corlys the realization that he needs to get back into the fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's been out of it too long.
Yeah,
I think. Even though it seems like he's only taken a 2-week break. And it's like, oh, right, fuck, I need to get back in.
Yeah. So here's my question, obviously. We see him kind of talking to his men, and then some strangers appear. Do we do know who this guy is?
Yes, Mr. kind of weird monk haircut, bowl cut boy.
Yeah.
Who manages to disembowel somebody in that scene as well.
Yeah.
His sword just goes up and everything pisses out.
Yeah.
Which I loved, by the way. It was glorious. Yeah. I am going to say Corlys is dead.
Well,
and I know you are gonna say we didn't see it. We didn't see
mm-hmm.
it. I think he's either dead or captive. It's one of the two.
Mine's is captive. Again, I stand by my dead body. If you don't see the body, the person isn't dead. However, in one of the trailers for coming up this season in House of the Dragon, there is a part where Alan is walking what looks to be at the front of a funeral procession. So, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean that it hasn't happened or it isn't about to happen. But yeah, that was pretty shocking because I love Corlys. Corlys is one of my favorite characters in this season.
Yeah, do you know it? It sounds dreadful, but I mean, we had that little scene in the sort of cave, in the dragon cave, where Alan and what's her name? We're having a little chit chat, and he was like, "Oh, you must be so weary," and she was like, "Yes, I'm very tired." And then they got quite close, and then they had a make out, and that was great. And you're going, fine, cool. I don't really care a huge amount what these characters do, because they're not doing a huge amount to the main story at the moment.
Yeah.
I am more focused on Rhaenyra, Daemon, and like your boy at Harrenhal, and what happens with that, because that's going to be the climax. So these little side stories of people getting together, like we haven't even discussed today, your girl going to, oh my god, what is the castle called that's got the moon door?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that as well. I know what you're talking about.
In there, and it's like, if you come back here again, I will. I mean, I loved the bitch slap with a glove. As soon as she walked in, she just slapped her, and I was like,
Rhaena.
Shit, yeah.
Rhaena. The thing for me is, I'm going, where do these people get off? Like, how the fuck do you talk to somebody that's got a fucking, not only got a dragon, but the most fucking mentally deranged snaggletooth dragon that you've ever fucking seen, and you're like, she could fucking set fire to your entire house. Like, what are you doing?
She could melt your entire stone house. I just think, and I think it's down to the writing this year, that these characters have been kind of sidewinded, and it could be part of the story that they're then going to be reintroduced properly. In the last couple of episodes, I don't know. But I just feel at the moment, any interaction between any of these guys, I'm a bit like, fuck, right, okay, well, we're just seeing something that I have to watch for 5 minutes, and then,
Do you think, to go back to Corlys,
go on,
whether he dies or not,
do you think he will die?
No, but whether he's dead or whether he's not dead or whatever, just because it just popped into my head, do you think we get, do we think you get his son back?
Which one? The other one?
The OG son that was married to Rhaenyra that they pretended to kill.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because he's not disappeared yet. Because we saw him in this episode.
No. So I'm talking about the one. So not Alan or Adam.
The other one.
I'm talking about the original one that was married to Rhaenyra. So that has Rhaenyra's. So see Rhaenyra's. See, like, who Jace and the other ones were born to. Wait a minute, I'll get his name up.
Didn't he get his head cut in half?
Nope. Wait a minute, let's get him. I'll find out his name now. Corlys.
I thought he was the one in, like, season 2.
Laenor.
Shouting. Laenor?
Yeah.
So where the fuck is he gone?
So remember that there was an episode where... it was the episode where Rhaenyra and Daemon were going to get married. So this is after Daemon's wife is dying in childbirth. So she goes out and she gets Dracarys.
Yeah.
So they want to be together, but Rhaenyra didn't want to kill Laenor. So what they do is they hire somebody to come in and kill Laenor. But what actually happens is the other person dies. And he is burned. The body's burned, so they just see a skeleton.
That was in the fireplace.
They just see the skeleton, and then it cuts away, and Laenor has shaved his head and goes off on a boat with his partner. So he's still in play. So if you kill Corlys and he hears about that, does he then come back? Like, this is what I'm saying. Is like, I don't know.
Do you know what? I didn't even think of that. Holy smokes. Okay.
I
Well,
kind of want to
yeah,
look
I
it up
don't know.
now. I get Mooney. Don't do this to me. But
Mooney!
yeah, I'm
Keep out.
interested. I'm interested to see if they do.
I mean, that would be a big twist for.
Because if you talk about just like in
last year
terms of like
as well.
legitimacies of kids
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that,
of who falls where.
technically Alan and Adam haven't been legitimized.
No.
Which leaves the door open for Laenor to come back. But then everybody
Yeah.
obviously thinks he's dead and stuff like that, so it's interesting.
But then maybe he will. So if Corlys has been poorly killed, I would say he much
They're
deserves.
not killing him
a sea
off screen,
bath.
man. I'm adamant about it.
If you watch Bull Cut Boy, who's the one who comes in and guts the boy and everything else,
Yeah.
in that scene, he looks straight across and then he looks down. So it's almost as if the boy who's choking him behind him has put him down to the ground. But then, as you say, I can't say yes he's dead because we didn't see it. They may have subdued him to take him prisoner.
Yeah.
To then hold him prisoner as an asset. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know.
Well,
It's
there is
weird.
lots and lots of exciting questions to get into.
There's so many.
We've only got 2 more weeks left, 2 more episodes of House of the Dragon. But again, this has probably been my favourite series of House of the Dragon. We had the peak at the start. I'm hoping we're going to bookend it with the best 2 episodes at the first, and the last 2 episodes are going to be the best as well. Lots of stuff to come in the House of the Dragon. Get involved in the conversation in the comments below. Make sure you are letting us know your thoughts, your feelings. Who's your favourite character? Did you like Cole's death as much as Gregor did? What are your thoughts on Alicent, Rhaenyra, Daemon, all these characters? Let us know what you're thinking about House of the Dragon in the comments below. As I say, there's plenty coming to the podcast. Biggest one is, of course, the Spider-Man spoiler review. I'm seeing it on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I believe the other boys are seeing it roughly the same time in Edinburgh, so we will try and I think we're going to try and get our Spider-Man review out by Friday this week.
Sweet.
So make sure you head to the cinema, watch Spider-Man Brand New Day. I am so excited for it. But as I say, we've got a Christopher Nolan ranked review coming out. The second part of the movie draft is coming out. Obviously, myself and Gregor will be here next Monday again to talk about the penultimate episode of House of the Dragon. What else have we got? X-Men review for the series coming out. The boys are talking about doing another D&D series as well. There's so much. Lanterns comes out, I believe, the week after House of the Dragon ends. So when these podcasts ends, the Lanterns podcast will begin. That'll be coming on HBO as well.
Sweet.
But all that good stuff is coming to the podcast. So as I say, and I will always say, hit the subscribe button. If you want to follow us on social media, we're at WithMatesPod. All our non-spoiler stuff and fun little trailer reactions and stuff are on our TikTok and Instagram. But that's all for this week. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Life's on the main, Jay.